What's up, you guys? Today Leo and I wanted to talk to you about the training that we've been doing for our upcoming Walt Disney World Run Disney Half Marathon.
Where Sarah has a lot of experience running these races, this is my first race, so I'm going to be talking a little bit more about how I anticipate the race going and what I've done so far to prepare for it, based on what I know.
So I've done 9 half marathons with Run Disney total over the past few years. And the reason I started running to begin with is because of Run Disney. I would have never probably started running if it weren't a Disney themed event. So that's what got me off the couch.
I felt that my current level of fitness was sufficient to approach the race. I knew it wasn't enough to go in confidently, but I knew I was in a good spot to start training with the amount of time that I had left. So nervous at the task, but confident in my ability.
For my past races, I focused mostly on just running as much as possible, as many days a week as possible.
The last 2 years of my life, I've gone through a pretty massive fitness journey and change in my body. So I had focused a lot on weight training, specifically weight training in circuits, a little bit of power lifting as well. Training myself to have cardio through weight training. I never really did any straight cardio.
In the past year, I have actually gone to the gym more frequently, not in preparation for a Run Disney event, and I've been doing a lot of weightlifting. So my preparation has changed a little bit because I still really like to do a lot of cardio to prepare for a race, but I've had to exercise more days per week to be able to fit in the amount of weightlifting that I still want to be doing.
I needed specifically to train on my form, my endurance, and my breathing.
However, the weightlifting I feel like has affected my running in some really positive ways. I feel like my legs are a lot stronger. I feel like my body is generally more used to being active all the time as a result of my weightlifting for so long this year.
Initially, I started by seeing if I could run 10 minutes at a fairly decent pace, but I wasn't trying to push myself too far.
Still, obviously, I didn't start off my training by just running 13 miles on day one. That's not how anybody starts their preparation for a race.
At first, I started adding about 10 minutes to the end of my workouts, straight running. Once I got used to that, I started running for 20 minutes, then 30 minutes. Then I made a huge jump. Once I was able to consistently run 30 minutes comfortably at a high pace without too many walk breaks, I then went for a full hour.
If you've never ran before, which was me before I did my first half marathon, you gotta start with just as much as you're able to do at the beginning. That could be a quarter of a mile, maybe 1 mile, maybe a half a mile. It's different for everybody, but you need to start at the level that you're at and slowly increase over time. So in addition to doing weights, I ran 2.5 miles, which is not a lot compared to what the race is gonna be, but at least I did a little bit of running.
I would move slowly for 2 minutes, then increase the pace for maybe 5 minutes, then go at a higher intensity as long as I could. Then I would reset back to a walk just so that I could get my body used to just running. I was eager to start running outside because I knew we would be running outside for the race, and I kind of wanted to be familiar with those sorts of conditions. But also, it's just nice to run outside for a change. I had spent all this time training in the gym. It was interesting to see how I was going to transfer that out.
We out here, it's Leo's first time running outside. He's loving it, truly. It's my first run in a little bit because I had a cold. So this is my first run in a while. I've only done some short runs.
Stretching those sick lungs.
We're trying to do like a long run.
Our first run outdoors was for 7 miles, and I felt really, really good. As a matter of fact, I felt better running those 7 miles outdoors than I did running the 5 miles in the gym.
There are a few things that I think heavily impact my ability to run long distances. The one that comes to mind immediately is my water intake. The other thing that is so important for me is stretching. I love past Disney races where I've had a lot of time to stretch beforehand.
Honestly, I've sort of fallen in love with running. I've never really been much of a runner, but now that I've integrated it into my routine, I like the way that I feel.
Overall, I definitely feel prepared for the half marathon that's coming up. My training was very different this time, but it just goes to show you that there is no set way that you have to train for a half marathon.
I kind of don't know what to expect on race day. I know that it's going to be overwhelming, especially because I'm a Disney fan. I'm going to be looking all around, but I know that's going to help me sort of get through the race without thinking about, oh, I've got to run another 30 minutes, so just another half mile, and then we'll be at... I'm not going to worry about any of that because I'm going to have this amazing environment to run in.
Run Disney is simply the best. Like I said in the beginning of this video, I would not have started running if it weren't for the Disney incentive of it all. I love being able to run through an empty Disney park. I love all the people in costume who are so excited to be doing this all together. The characters that they bring out, it's all so amazing, and it's like the Disney quality that we all know and love. So if you are on the fence about ever doing a Run Disney event, I would give you the little nudge to actually go for it this year.
If it wasn't for Run Disney, I probably wouldn't be running at all. Not just in an event, but at all. I wouldn't have incorporated cardio into my workout to the degree that I have. So I have Run Disney to thank for that. But I highly recommend you guys try something like this.
If you want more training tips from Disney themselves, there is a link to Run Disney's training guides in the description box below. They are awesome and really helpful. And of course, you can also leave us questions in the comments section below for us to answer if we can. And you'll see lots more updates from us from the race and from Walt Disney World, so I hope you're pumped for that, and we'll see you real soon.
Not only is it exciting to have something to look forward to and to train for and to have that goal, but it's fun. There's a community behind it. Every time we spoke about it on social media, everybody had tips, or everybody shared their accomplishments in the half marathons or full marathons or whatever they've done, and that sort of unity is really cool to be a part of. So yeah, I want you all to try something like this. Run Disney. Go. Run Disney.